Alright, just going to move that like that. Here's the next thing I have to talk to you about. This is Ashcroft, Raven Ashcroft. Little girls love them, little boys are annoyed by them. When they grow up, some girls cosplay as them. Some guys, unfortunately, get derogatorily referred as them. We are, of course, talking about fairy or the Fae. F-A-E. F-A-E is usually how you spell it. The Fae. Now, so many of you probably think of the cheery little sprites that go by and they're smiling always and they're happy and they never will cause you harm. Ha! That's not what they are. not even in a long shot. The Fae are another trickster being. Their main thing is that they're mischievous, vicious to a point, can be nasty, but also could be kind, depending on which mythology you're talking about. But in most folklore, most mythologies, the Fae have been known to literally be the ones that if they sprinkle you with dust, the purpose is to have fun torturing you and basically scaring the shit out of you. And then when you're high enough, they'll take away the power and you drop like a stone and you die. That's the original Tinkerbell. If we're talking about like how Tink's powers are, yeah, that's literally what they would do. They would lift you as high in the sky and without warning drop your butt straight to the darn ground and kill your ass. They, being tricksters, also play a lot of tricks, but in their case, they're a lot meaner with it. Like, really a lot meaner. Like you might have something lying on your couch. Let's say this remote, right? I could lay it right here, and then later on, it will literally be gone. And then, like, as you're driving yourself fucking crazy, trying to find this one remote, you look everywhere in the apartment. You look under everything. You can never find it. You can literally not find it. And then all of a sudden, it appears again. Right where you last saw it, you have been over that spot like 1,000 times. You have never seen that spot, but now you do. I'm going to give you a name for that creature. They're called brownies. They're a type of pixie that come into your dwelling and they fuck around with everything that you have. You may have homework on the godforsaken table. You know you did it. You know it's there. You know where it is. But it's gone the next moment and you're looking everywhere. You don't find it. And then all of a sudden it's right back where you saw it last. But you're literally like in a panic and literally hyperventilating at this point. Brownies. Elves are kind of a part of the Fae family, but depending on where in the world you are, this depends on what they look like and how they act and where they live. Because let's give you a familiar I'm not sure if I can label leprechauns as elves in this case. I don't actually know what you can label them as, in a sense, but the wee people. If you're talking to Irish, it's the wee people. So, in Ireland, there's a special forest with very big mushrooms, like really, really big, like that kind of enormous kind of stuff. And they're red with white polka dots. These are real mushrooms. They are, to be said, where the leprechauns live. Like where the wee people go and be. And I can tell you from experiencing what I've learned through mythology and lore, um, the only way you can ever get a leprechaun to tell you where he has stashed his pot of gold, you can literally find it by basically death glaring this thing, never let your eyes off him, and you make him show you where it is, and that's how you can get his pot of gold. But if you take your eye slightly off or wander a bit, he disappears, gold disappears, you're basically getting the middle finger by the Fae itself. So, there you go. Now, like in mythologies, there's dwarves, there's gnomes, there's the wee folk. Also, wee folk is more than just leprechauns. It's a bit more to it. But as you go through, there will be literally this one thing: is that they're mischievous, and you gotta do something in order for them to lay off you. Now, I haven't figured it out on brownies. Got to do research on that because I'll tell you, I have in the past. I will leave something right in an obvious area. I know I left it there, and it will disappear. Sometimes forever. Sometimes forever. But most of the times, it always shows up when you least expect it. I think the one recent thing that kind of I once had, and I have earbuds now. I have replacement earbud for the one I had, and I have another one. But originally, when I had my Skull Candy earbuds, I think they were set of black ones, and I put them down on the side, on where I was putting stuff on the side of my bed at the boarding home I used to live at in Bud Lake. Put it down. Next moment, can't find it again. Can never find it again. Literally. Yeah, so that's at least one weird story I can give you. Now, I will also say the Fae had their moments of being very nice and very gentle. There was a story out of England, and they apparently took pictures of them, but people were debating if they're real or not. These two little girls, back in like turn century England, literally they're in countryside, and one night they stumble upon some noise in the kitchen, and they go sneak in, and they see, to their recollection, what looked like and what was to them fairy folk. They had wings, they were little people, they had little hands, little feet, little heads. They were like regular people, but with see-through butterfly wings. And for a long time, these girls were like doing what scientists would do, like document their actual stuff that they were seeing. And people thought they were out of their minds. People thought they were crazy. People thought these kids need to be locked in an asylum, because at that time there was no mental wards. Really, the mental wards only sent you to a hospital for the rest of your life. Like, that was the case with everything with mental asylums and mental help back then. It wasn't really help, it was literally detriment. But that's another time. They do all this, they still think they're bat crap crazy, and there's a movie about it too. I don't remember the actual name, but it's in a movie, and that's only recorded instant that I can think of where people have actually taken a picture of the Fae. But if you watch some YouTube videos, and I'm going to be honest, the ones that scare me the most are the ones that do really not look like insects. They have wings, they fly about, but I'm not even sure if that's photoshopped in there or if that's real. And like, the only thing I can't tell is if it's really real, because personally I have really not come across a lot of Fae or anything that I can think of as Fae. Like, if you're a being that really doesn't want to be seen, you will make sure you're not seen. And what else can I say about the Fae? I already went over the fact that they can be mischievous, tricksters, quite honestly mean. Yeah, that's about all I can think of, to be quite honest. So I'm going to end this one, and so until next time, so mote be, blessed be.